Hi, here we are again. Um, we read, this reading was about David Hume, that one of his writings on the dialogues concerning natural religion. He was born in 1711 in Edinburgh, Scotland. He left his home at age 11 and joined his brother. They went to a university. He studied for a while. Decided that he didn't really like the Calvinist strictness that they had. He he went on. He thought he would try law, for instance, and but being young, he decided that wasn't his cup of tea. That wasn't something he liked either. Um, so that's how he got into philosophy and psychology. He died in 1776, and this reading was actually published in 1779. It's a philosophical discussion on whether reason and observation can prove God's existence. Hume's three main ones that he had debating in this reading. It was Cleanthes was one of them. He was he he was all about the empirical theist who defends the design argument. His thought was the world shows order, so it must have a designer. Yeah. Another one was Dama. Um, that was a mystical rationalist who believed God's nature is beyond human understanding and proven only by pure reason until Philo. Um, there was very skeptic, often echoing the way Hume's own critical views, per se, who doubts that human reason can discover divine truth. Um, Overall, Hume had a balanced debate until Philo dismantled them all. His philosophical views and discussions between empirical and rational arguments reflect the tensions between science and faith today. His thoughts on realism recognizes that belief in God often comes from emotional or instinctive needs, not logical proof. If Philo's doubts on human reasoning is the limited, um, wouldn't that be meaning that theology or metaphysics wouldn't that become impossible? Just a thought. Hume's morality, that's something that is questioning to me because of his focus. His on it, he focused on imperfections of nature, and Hume's he raises the problem of evil, but he doesn't really offer any kind of moral alternative. Something that we can compare with some of our other readings. Descartes believed reason reveals God's certainty, but Hume believes, he believed that reason reveals only human ignorance. Hume takes like Locke's and Bacon's insights, but he ends in skepticism. He rejects Plato's external truths and Aristotle's teleology. He even rejects Aquinas' theology, arguing that all knowledge is human, limited, and uncertain. In doing so, he lays the groundwork for the modern secular thought and scientific naturalism. But I think he also he leaves a deep philosophical uncertainty about reason, morality, and belief in God. I'm going to leave you with two questions. Hume questions whether humans can truly understand God. In the modern world, how do we reconcile scientific knowledge with spiritual or religious beliefs? And then here's another question for you. Does modern technology like AI or genetic engineering change how we think about design, intelligence, or creation? Goodbye.